Hi everybody, Assalamu alaikum. We are going to study writing today. Let's open B1 writing page. Yes, unit 8. Writing. Yes. Our writing is about writing a story. In this section, story from a sentence to a story. How can we make a big story from only one sentence? When you are given a sentence to begin a story, it's important to make sure that your story fits with that sentence. Yes, your story must include that sentence. Cümleniz, hikayeniz o cümleyle başlamak zorunda. Size verilen bir cümle var. O cümleyle hikayeye başlamak zorundasınız. Yani o hikaye, o cümleyi muhakkak içerecek bir şekilde. You need to explain the sentence by asking yourself questions with who, why, where, when, what and how. Evet, bu detay sorularıyla arkadaşlar hikayemizi oluşturuyoruz. Mesela bir cümleyi yaparken o cümleyi ilk duyduğumuzda bu soruları soracağız. Who, why, where, when, what and how. This will help you to set the scene for your story and decide on the storyline. Bu sizin hikayenizi yapmanıza ve hikayenizin sıralamasını oluşturmanıza yardımcı olacaktır. Work with a partner and look at this opening sentence for a story. Use your imagination to answer the questions below. Make notes in your notebook. Work with a partner and look at this opening sentence. We have an opening sentence. Bir açılış cümlesi verilmiş bize. Tom smiled when he heard the good news. Tom smiled when he heard the good news. First, who is Tom? Evet, hikayeye böyle başlayacağız. Mesela sormaya başlayacağız. Önce bunları sorarak hikayeyi genişleteceğiz, açacağız, sıralandıracağız. Who is Tom? Where is he? What time of the day or night is it? What's the good news? How did he hear it? What will happen next? These might be the questions when you lead the story, continue the story to go on. Next. Yes. What might happen to Tom? So we are going to make guesses according to these texts about Tom. You will need to explain the given sentence to set scene early in your in your story. Read 3 different ways to this for the opening sentence in one, and answer the questions below. Are any of the ideas similar to what you and your partner came up with? Come up with means aklınıza gelen. Come up with. For example, I've come up with an idea. Aklıma fikir geldi. You say in English, I have come up with. Come up with. Okay, have you come up with an idea? It means sizin aklınıza bir fikir geldi mi? Let's read. His boss had phoned to say his new job will start that day. Tom drove happily to work, not knowing that his first day as shop manager wasn't going to be quite what he accepted. Yes, the first question, how did Tom hear the good news? His boss had phoned to say his new job will start. So the good news is this. His new boss phoned to say his new job will start. Good. Yes, this is the good news. So, how did Tom hear the good news? On the phone. Yes. B. The battery in his radio was nearly dead, but he had heard the voice of the helicopter pilot telling him he was on his way. He looked around at the cave where he had lived for 2 days since breaking his leg in the mountains. He was going to go home at last. Yes, he broke his leg while climbing a mountain. So he was stuck in a mountain. He got stuck in a mountain. Bir dağa sıkışmış. Dağda kalmış. Ve nereden haber almış arkadaşlar? The battery on his radio was nearly dead, but he heard. Radyosu pili bitmek üzere ama radyodan duymuş demek ki. How did Tom hear the good news? On radio. Yes, on the radio. Then the television and all the lights went off. He heard someone outside the house and realized that although one of the men who had attacked him was now in jail, the other criminal was still free. So, where did he learn? Yes, on television. Yes. What was the good news? In the first one, good news was he would start his job that day. Yes. He had a good news. He had got a new job. The veteran's ready was nearly dead, but he has words helicopter pilot telling him they are on the way. Yes, he was going to be rescued. Yes, he was going to be rescued. Kurtarılacak. O yüzden iyi bir haber. Saying, yes, the man who had attacked him was now in jail. So the man was arrested. Yes, one of his attackers had been caught. Ona saldıranlardan biri yakalanmış. This was the good news. Next. Read this writing task and answer the questions below it. You are going to enter a writing competition in the local newspaper. Your story must begin with this sentence. Cümleniz şunu içerecek arkadaşlar. Şöyle başlayacak. As Annie looked back, she realized that they were lost. As Annie looked back, she realized that they were lost. Write your story between 120 and 180 words. Yes, what questions could you ask yourself in order to set the scene and explain the sentence? Evet arkadaşlar, hangi soruları soruyorduk? Who is Annie? Yes. And who are they? Because it says they were lost. Yes. And what's going to happen next? Sonra ne olacak? Where did they get lost? Nerede kayboldular da diyebilirsiniz buna. You can add different questions. Değişik sorular ekleyebilirsiniz arkadaşlar. Where is Annie? Who are they? How did they get lost? Nasıl kayboldular? Dediğim gibi hikayeniz olacak. So you are going to continue your own story. Next. Yes. Kendince bir hikaye yapmış arkadaşlar. Bakın. Oluşturmuş. Okuyalım. As Annie looked back, she realized that they were lost. It was raining heavily and she couldn't see the path through the forest anymore. It had been a bright, sunny afternoon when she and her friend Helen had gone by bus to visit the famous waterfall. It was a beautiful place and they had decided to walk further up the hill in order to see the view from the top. It hadn't looked very far. Now, however, it was beginning to get dark. They started climbing down towards the village far beneath them. Mud covered their shoes and clothes as they slid down through the trees. Wet branches pulled at their hair and hit their faces. Eventually, they came out onto a dark road. As they sat exhausted on a rock, bright lights suddenly lit up the trees. It was a bus. Later, back at Annie's house, the relieved friends laughed as they remembered the faces of the passengers as they had got onto the bus. They must have looked like creatures from a horror film. Yes, interesting. They made the story. Now we are going to answer these questions. Has the writer successfully used the opening sentence? Yes. What was the weather like when they started their future? Yes, everything was nice. Yes, it had been a bright, sunny afternoon. Bright, it was sunny. What was the weather like afterwards? Yes, afterwards it started to rain heavily. Yes, it was raining heavily. Why does the writer make the weather change? Why? Because he wanted to make the readers thrilled, excited, heyecanlandırmak için. Atmosferi değişip onları korkudan, mutluluktan korkuya sevk etmek için. To change the atmosphere from happy to frightening. Find and circle two adjectives in the story that describe how the girl's feeling. Evet, kızın istediği ilgili 2 tane sıfat bulmamızı istiyor. Yes, let's find it. Bir tanesi exhausted. Bir tanesi de relieved olabilir arkadaşlar. Bakalım. Rahatlamış. Bir tanesi yorgun düşmüşler. Yes. Exhausted and relieved. Yes. Next. Yes. Describing the weather helps to set the atmosphere in the story. Evet, havanın arkadaşlar tanımlamak bizim için hikayedeki atmosferi oluşturmamıza katkıda bulundu. Write a sentence in your notebook describing what the weather could be like in the following story situations. Siz de defterinize bir sonraki durumda havanın nasıl olacağını, sonraki hikaye, takip eden hikayede nasıl olacağını tanımlayabilirsiniz. Tabii language bank'i de kullanabiliriz. Bakın language bank'leri arkadaşlar devamlı kullanın. Use language banks very often. Çok sık kullanın. Çünkü çok güzel ipuçları verilmiş. Örneğin hava ile ilgili. Atmosferi tanımlayacağız demiştik ya. For example, weather, sunshine, the sun was shining, clear blue sky, gray or black clouds, a stormy night, a thunderstorm, a snowstorm, strong wind was blowing. Yes, there are lots of weather conditions here. Bir sürü. There was a loud clap of thunder. Yüksek sesli bir şimşek çakması geliyordu. Lightning lit up the sky. Yıldırımlar gökyüzünü aydınlattı. Bakın arkadaşlar değişik değişik hava durumları. Hisler de tabii ki çok önemli. Okuyucuya his vermemiz için hangi his taşıdığını yazarken yazdığınız hikayede. Anxious, worried, disappointed, excited, exhausted, frightened, horrified, scared, happy, lonely, miserable, proud, relieved. Bunların hepsi hikayenizde bir takımlarını kullanabilirsiniz, bunların bir kısmını. Mesela exploring a haunted house at night. Exploring a haunted house at night. So, what would you feel? Ne hissederdiniz böyle bir durumda mesela? Perili bir evde ya da işte ruhların gezdiği bir evde gece vakti oraya evi keşfetmek. Yes, it was frightening. It is scaring. Yes, it's a scary story. It's a frightening story. Waking on the first day of your summer holiday. Waking up on the first day of summer holiday. Yes, it was very sunny and hot weather. A wind, a breeze was blowing. Meltem esiyordu gibi tanım yapabiliriz. Now, using adjectives to describe how your characters feel during the story brings it to life and makes it more interesting. Evet, sıfatlar bize olayı ve karakterlerin hislerini tanımlamamıza faydalı olur ve bize ne hissettiklerini birinci elden verir. Bu da hikayeyi ilginç hale getirir ve devamlı hale getirir. You find out that you have passed an important exam. You find out that you have passed. What do you feel? Yes, you feel proud. Yes, we can use this. Bakın bunları kullanabiliriz arkadaşlar. Mesela proud. We can feel relieved. We can feel happy. Yes, bunları hissedebiliriz. Yes, excited, happy, proud. You are alone at night and hear a noise upstairs. You're alone at night and hear a noise upstairs. Yalnızsınız ve üst katta bir gürültü duyuyorsunuz. Yes, what would you feel? Ne hissederdiniz? Yes. Frightened, horrified, scared. Bunlar olabilir. And maybe a bit worried or anxious. Okay, let's see. Yes, frightened, horrified, scared mostly. Nobody sends you a text on your birthday. Nobody sends you a text on your birthday. Kimse mesaj bile atmıyor. Doğum gününüzde kimse mesaj bile atmıyor. So you will feel lonely, miserable, disappointed. Yes. Hayal kırıklığı hissederdiniz. Sonra yalnızlık hissederdiniz. Lonely and miserable. Berbat hissederdiniz. Let's see. Yes, lonely, miserable, disappointed. Hayal kırıklığına uğramış. It's very late and your friend still hasn't arrived. It's very late and your friend still hasn't arrived. What would you feel? Yes, anxious or worried. Yes, and maybe frightened or fright, scared. Maybe anxious and worried. Yes, anxious and worried. Let's see. Yes, worried and anxious. You find your little brother after losing him in the shopping center. Kaybolduktan sonra kardeşinizi buluyorsunuz. So you will feel relieved first and happy. Yes, relieved and happy. Yes, rahatlamış ve mutlu. Yes. And there it is. You have homework, but I'm going to give this homework as online homework. So you'll see it as an online assignment. Okay? Do it until Sunday evening, inshallah. Until 8 o'clock on Sunday. Okay? Thanks for watching another video. We have come to an end of a lesson video writing. So see you in next video, inshallah. Say hello to all your families. See you in next video. Selamun alaikum.